Now I want to look at some factors that should guide your decision making to avoid you repeating the mistake of the prodigal son. Number one, never allow selfishness to drive your decision making process. Never allow me. He said, give me. Say me. If me is the only thing I'm looking at, I'm most likely to make a wrong decision. If that decision you want to make is just to benefit you, you will likely end up like the prodigal son. Whether it's about who to marry, where to settle, what work to do, how to relate with others. If your focus is just how it will benefit you, you are most likely going to regret it. All that the prodigal son thought was himself. Listen, do you know even in choosing who to marry? My sister, stop looking at the man that will change your story. That is a very wrong concept. The Bible says when God wanted to make a woman, what did he say? Let me make for the man what? A helpmate. So my sister, if you are choosing who to marry, choose who you can help. I saw a video last night where a lady was talking rubbish. He said, if you have a choice between a poor man and a rich man, choose the rich man. That because the rich man, his character has been formed. The poor man, his character has not been formed. Because when money comes, the real character will show. And people are, I heard someone shouting so. Is it the reality? People are going to run with that nonsense. How many of us, your parents, when they married, were they rich? My father was a secondary school auxiliary teacher living in one room with 3 pots, 1 stove, and the foam on the floor. The rest is history. By the time I was born, my father was not poor. My mother was not poor. Choose who to help. So if my brother, choose who you know that this penner can be committed to him. Where to live, you are looking at your comfort alone. You are likely going to make a mistake. Number 2, never decide against accountability and control. Never let your decision be, I don't want accountability, I don't want control. Unfortunately, that is the major drive of most young people's decision. You don't know who will control you. You don't know who you'll be accountable to. How many of us know 2-factor authentication? How many of us use 2-factor authentication in our... How many of us? The prodigal son had a 2-factor authentication. The elder brother and the father. In case he discussed with his elder brother and it did not work, he can discuss with his father. His father can guide him. But he threw both of them away and said, let me go and live my life the way I want to live it. Any decision you make and your focus is, I don't want to be controlled. Many of us here, I am not your pastor. I don't know what you do. I don't know. No, nobody here can talk to you. You are your own master. Your status is your kingdom. You write everything you want to write. You do whatever you want to do. As you're leaving church now, before the end of today, we may see you posting a video of where you are in that club. We don't know who is in charge. We don't know whether it's God or Satan. We don't even know. Because you don't want control. Jesus at the age of 12 also tried to go and run his own things. God chased him back and told him he must stay till 30. How many of us have seen that in the scriptures? Can you ask your neighbor, who is your father? Ask your neighbor, who is your elder brother? Ask your neighbor, who can tell you, do not do it, and you will not do it? Ask your neighbor, who can tell you, do it this way, and you will do it that way? What's your neighbor saying? He's asking you the same question. Please stop running away from accountability and control. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 20. It says, my son, give attention to my words. Incline your ears to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them and head to their flesh. John 5:19. He said, Jesus said unto them, very, very I say unto you, the son can do nothing of himself, but what he sees the father do. For what things soever he doeth, this also doeth the son likewise. Jesus brought his son under the control of the father. Ask your neighbor, God, again, who do you listen to? Ask your neighbor, who do you obey? This is both for young and old people. As this now you're married, your pastor cannot tell you that part you're taking is wrong. As your pastor is telling you, the way you're treating your wife is wrong, you flare up. Madam, the way you're treating your husband is wrong. As long as concerned is talking to himself. Nobody can talk to you. You're in danger. Number 3, never allow desire for pleasure to influence your decision. We are outside. Asa. We are outside. Asa. Ime to asa, go inside. Never allow desire for pleasure to dictate your decision. Number 4, never allow the need to impress people, particularly strangers on social media, to dictate your decision. Of course, the guy went and wasted his resources, went to catch fun. From one prostitute to another, from one drinking bar to another, the money finished. Then he went to a far country, people he does not know. I don't need to impress you. You don't need to impress anybody. Number 5, never allow see finish influence your decision. And he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, you know, the problem is this: he had lived so much with his father and his brother, he felt that there's nothing else they can offer him. But you see, the problem is this: do you know the peace in your family? Someone is paying the price for it. Do you know the love in a marriage? Someone is paying the price for it. Because the person does not tell you how much price he's paying for that love to be there, you think the person is paying no price. So see finish enters. Never allow see finish to dictate your decision. I beg you. The problem, look at this. Your problem is not what is not happening, but your failure to look beyond what you want to see. The mighty things happening already. Because you are most likely the consumer, not the producer of the love, peace, etc. You think it's normal. So you want to go and find something special. Never allow see finish to finish you. But you see, one of the most important things that happened, when the young man realized his mistake, he just came back. Told the neighbor, say, neighbor, if you made a mistake, just come back. Say, just come back. Say, come back.